They didn't just refuse her a room. They humiliated her, erased her dignity, and treated her like she didn't belong in a place she had every right to be. Before she could even speak, the receptionist tore up her reservation and tossed the pieces onto the counter like garbage, her lips curling into a smug, satisfied smile as the assistant manager leaned over and whispered for everyone to hear. "People like you don't stay here." Guests paused, forks frozen midair, phones lifted from tables, whispers spreading like wildfire across the lobby. But she didn't flinch. She didn't panic. She simply pulled out her phone and typed a single message that would change everything. "But before we continue, I want to ask you, yes, you watching this right now, who are you, and where are you watching from? Are you in New York, Los Angeles, London, or somewhere far away? Let us know in the comments below. And if you like stories of triumph, injustice overturned, and people rising against all odds, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit that like button now so you don't miss any future stories like this one." Her name was Tasha Monroe, and she had planned this getaway for weeks. She arrived at the hotel with a valid reservation, eager to check in, only to be met with eyes that said she didn't belong. "We're fully booked," the receptionist said, her tone dripping with condescension. "Maybe try somewhere cheaper." Tasha blinked once, calmly. "I have a reservation," she said. The woman smirked. "Not anymore," she replied, ripping the paper into pieces and leaving them on the counter. The assistant manager, a man named Derek, stepped forward with the arrogance of someone convinced that his job gave him authority over everyone else. He scanned Tasha from head to toe and let out a chuckle that cut through the lobby like ice. "People like you don't usually stay here. There's a motel down the street that might take you," he said, loud enough for other guests to hear. Tasha didn't raise her voice. She didn't argue. She didn't even show the slightest sign of being rattled. Instead, she simply tapped her phone. And in that moment, she was already 3 moves ahead of everyone in the lobby. The tension in the room was palpable. Guests whispered to each other, some pulled out phones to record, some shook their heads in disbelief. "Did he just say that?" one woman murmured, glancing around nervously. The receptionist rolled her eyes, clearly enjoying the spectacle. "There are plenty of hotels that would love to serve someone like you. This isn't one of them." She didn't even finish the sentence, leaving the meaning to hang in the air like a weight. Derek, sensing he had the upper hand, crossed his arms and leaned closer, as if proximity could intimidate her. "I'm afraid there's nothing we can do," he said. "You'll need to leave, or security will assist." Tasha tilted her head, calm and composed. "No need," she replied. Moments later, the lobby doors swung open, not for security, not for the police, not for anyone to defend her. They opened for the people who held the real power. A team of attorneys, each in tailored suits, walked in carrying thick folders. Their eyes scanned the room with authority that silenced every whisper, every laugh, every smirk. Derek's confidence faltered, his mouth opening and closing as he tried to comprehend what he was seeing. One attorney stepped forward, placing a folder carefully on the counter. "Apologies for the delay, Mom," he said. "The final paperwork required some signatures, but it is now complete." Tasha's lips curved into the faintest of smiles as she tapped the top document. The hotel logo glared back from the paper. "Transfer of ownership, Tasha Monroe, sole owner." Derek's voice cracked. What is this?" Tasha looked around the room, calm and measured. "The hotel you said I don't belong in, I bought it this morning," she said simply. The lobby erupted into murmurs and gasps. Guests who had witnessed the humiliation now watched in stunned awe as the tables turned in an instant. The general manager, Mr. Caldwell, stepped forward, disbelief written across his face. "This can't be real," he stammered. Tasha picked up the torn pieces of her original reservation and placed them neatly on the counter. "Let's start with personnel," she said, her voice steady. One by one, Derek, the receptionist, and the manager were informed they were no longer employed, escorted politely but firmly out of the lobby. The room went silent, the air thick with tension and a sense of justice finally realized. Then Tasha turned to the remaining staff, those who had treated her with respect, those who had done their jobs with professionalism and dignity despite the chaos. "You will now be recognized for your competence and integrity," she said. One respectful staff member was promoted to interim floor manager on the spot, while the others were given a choice: continue to serve under these standards, or leave. The lobby erupted in applause. The hotel, once a symbol of exclusion and prejudice, was now a place where respect, skill, and fairness mattered above all else. Tasha looked around the lobby, her calm authority undeniable. She had turned humiliation into triumph, discrimination into opportunity, and injustice into a legacy of empowerment. The guests, many of whom had witnessed her initial treatment, now understood the full measure of her power, and the lesson was clear: respect, dignity, and competence cannot be ignored, and those who underestimate others do so at their own peril. As she walked through the lobby to the front desk, ready to take her rightful place in her new hotel, she paused and looked back at the crowd. "You said I didn't belong here," she said, her voice carrying through the quiet room. "I own this place now. And anyone who treats others with contempt will face the same lesson." The applause grew louder, echoing in the marble hallways, and guests pulled out their phones to share this moment with the world. A story of triumph, vindication, and justice unfolding right before their eyes. And to you watching this now, remember, you have the power to change the narrative, to take control of situations where others try to put you down. Stand tall, act with strategy and intelligence, and don't let anyone tell you that you don't belong. If you enjoyed this story of resilience and triumph, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the like button below. Join us for more incredible stories where the underdog rises, justice is served, and ordinary people achieve the extraordinary.